Hello, beautiful soul family. Welcome here. Thank you for joining me. All right, on this adventure into consciousness, I just lit some lavender that I grew in my garden last year and I let it dry out. So if you see a little bit of smoke, that is just the lavender. All right, so I'm going to start with the tarot. I'm going to put out all the cards, okay? Pray for me because if you've watched my channel before, I tend to chitter chatter. We'll get all the cards out. All right, so collective. This is for you, all signs. So I really want to look into the overall energy for the collective and then look a little bit more into the details of your sign. All right, so more of a direct message still for the collective for that unique sign. But yeah, so this is for the collective. This is for on the grand scale of things, what's going on. What's going on, I feel like, in this world. So on this collective level, for everybody, what's going on, this shift, this feels more like a vibrational shift rather than maybe a personal, although they do connect together, right? We go through those cycles, we go through different energies, emotions, and movement by each zodiac sign that we're in, and then also to personalize it depending where all your signs are where all your houses are, where all your planets are at the moment. This is really, I just want to look into not so much the astrology, but like what is going on right now. All right, so what's going on beyond our control. So this is for the collective. So we're gonna do general, see what comes out, just to see, you know, I mean, like the awakening that I feel like more and more people are awakening, and there is much greater results, I think, than there was planned. There are more people awakening up that it's almost like somebody saw your growth and made a decision that they wanted that too. They wanted to understand all of the steps, and to grow, to find more awareness and clarity within themselves. And I feel like this is taking accountability. This is taking recognition from that full moon in Capricorn that we just had. Oof, right? I always find that energy to be a little bit draining. I am a Gemini sun. I really like things to be playful and not too heavy, not too serious. Capricorn's very serious. All right, so we do an energy check in here. All right, so I'm gonna put all of the cards out. This is going to be a Celtic reading. So I like to do my energy, kind of, it embodies everything. All right, so I'm gonna do one more shuffle. You see some things are, the cards aren't exactly gliding in really easy, which is telling me there's been some bumps. You know, there's been some loose ends. There's been like heavy waves, less flow, but more coming in really fast, really fast without any not signs, but it's like it comes in fast all of a sudden. Okay. All right, so the world and the challenge. Okay, so cycles. This is literally the last card in the major arcanas. Well, this is a major arcana, but this is the last card. All right, number 21. So the majors are life events, big life events. So the world is going through a transformation. I feel like there was a closing out of a cycle of throughout an awakening. There went through a lot of different dimensional shifts, as it's like things in the world are much more complex in the sense of how powerful the human race is, how evolved, the things that have been shut out due to pineal gland being closed, you know. So I feel like this is this awakening. This is that cycle of something has completed, which is a positive thing, you know. It's like you completed a lesson, you know. It's a complete circle around. So look at this as an upward growth. You have definitely aligned something from your heart, your soul, your spirit, and I feel like you have okay, so yeah, so I feel like this is it's like you look at things differently, and I feel like that's the whole point of these cycles, is to show you a different side, show you, and look at all these dimensions, all these, like, they're popping out. It's the world is not flat, like the world is not in 3D, 1D. When you look at something one way, it could be a square, and you look at it a completely different angle, it is a cube. So understanding everything has to connect. Everything is geometry, numbers, synchronicities. So there has been this great accomplishment of success. Okay, 7 of Cups as the challenge. Okay, so I'm gonna put that. Okay, I'm gonna put this as the challenge. I'm just gonna put it. I'm gonna put it underneath. We're not gonna talk about that quite yet. All right, so that's the challenge underneath, crossing you. All right, so the main energy is the world. The world. You literally holding the world in your hands. It's like rising above. All right. And I'm going to pull the rest of the cards. All right, so we have Page of Swords, subconscious, 2 of Pentacles, past energy that influences the current, the world, 7 of Swords in your conscious space, what you are consciously, the energy, consciously creating, or consciously aware of, being very strategic, moving strategically. And look at that, what's coming up? The Lovers. So that's connections. This is connections. This is soul, the yin and the yang. This also could be a choice. Number 6, Gemini energy. All right, so we have some swords. And remember, the main energy of the core energy, that this is all about, the main, at the heart of the reading is the world. So you completing a cycle, recognizing all of the aspects of what you needed to learn, all right? So this is all about lessons, growth, no longer going in circles. Like you hit the final stage of this challenge, this transformation. All right. So what needs to come into the light? This is in the dark. So this is in the subconscious. This needs to be brought into awareness. some kind of studying, information, knowledge. I feel like this knowledge that has almost turned on this light bulb, and this is your mind. It's like your subconscious is showing you a page of information. Something is coming in from the air space. This could be from lost knowledge, something that you're very interested in, something that you are receiving information about, messages. So messages, light bulb is like you have an idea. And you can see she's walking almost like she's walking with her sword across one side to the other. So the knowledge to reach the other side, the answers, I feel like you're receiving a lot of messages, a lot of energy of how to take these next steps, how to overcome these great leaps, these great challenges, you know? Looking at challenge, it's like you're not even looking at challenges. I feel like this is the knowledge from this book. Like you're discovering the tools. You have the tools, almost like the magician energy where you have the light bulbs, which are the ideas. The ideas are growing, you see, that the ideas, the thoughts, it's connecting to a perception, connecting to we have this book. It's like reading in this book, this knowledge. It's like you have the instructions, you have the messages, the communication. The messages coming in from the birds. So it's like you're connecting your ideas to some kind of information, which is a higher form of teaching you how to do something differently, but with your mind, mastering. It's like you figure out how to create life just by a perception change, just by a new way of doing something, an idea, your thoughts, creation. You're putting your thoughts into logic, how to logically move, how to strategically Make strategic moves. So yeah, so I feel like this, it's like you're like walking so gracefully. Like your truth is setting you free. Using your sword as a tool. So it's like your mind is a masterpiece. Your mind is studying. It's like your mind is coming up with all these great ideas right now to do things how to look at something and create an alternative solution. That even if you don't have exactly what you need, that's that creativity. Use your mind to problem solve. Because you have the answers. You have the book of knowledge. You're given this knowledge, but you must tap into it. And visualize yourself. Visualize yourself gliding over these situations. It's like seeing a clear vision. No longer being knocked down by fear. It's like your mind is a tool that you can use to guide you or also to harm you, to hold you back. All right, so the influence we have, here's the Two Pentacles. So this is all about juggling. This could be in between two different things, juggling the opportunities within you, and then also the opportunities on the outside world. So this is kind of like having that back and forth energy on what to do. It could be a little bit confused. Not sure which way I feel like you were put into this kind of energy. I feel like you were put in this teeter-totter energy where it's up, down, more than it needed to be. So you're being pulled in two different directions. One, you were trying to hold on to something, and the other was trying to create something new, grow something new. It's all about maybe having opportunities. One is meant to let go of, and one is meant to move on. So I feel like this is kind of that back and forth, like I'm not sure. This was the influence. I feel like there was too much going on. So this was needing to choose something, make a decision. It was either to complete the cycles, this is the influence, I feel like, or for you to start the cycle all over again. The opportunity was here for you to grow. And this was looking at new ideas from a higher perspective. And I feel like you were receiving messages, guidance, very logical of the mind. And that it's like you were shown something. Your mind, you received message that something was needing to almost like crossing this path with a sword here. Should I stay or should I go? Maybe that, looking back and forth on what to use to get across. You may be in limbo of challenges, not knowing how to face them. So sometimes kind of going back and forth, staying in the same energy. This is breaking free. So the influence, I feel like it just you're being pulled in two different directions, and you're feeling a huge shift as you're walking across the sword, which kind of looks like a rope, right? I feel like you let go of the energy that was weighing you down. You let go of holding on to something that was time to release. You see that this is all like light. It's very light energy. Using the knowledge, knowing that what you see is not always what you see with your eyes, but it is with your, you see with your third eye. Even if you're looking at something, we don't always perceive things the way they are. But knowledge, truth, clarity, this is creating a pull. So you had to let something go so you could get across. You had to let go of something. Can't hold on to energies. It limits our growth. So I feel like it was time to move in the way that you have visioned for the world. And I mean, this may not always be the popular choice, right? But it is following nobody. You're following your intuition. The problem solver. Letting go of the heaviness allows you to feel lighter, look at the world differently. And then what was holding you back, you're able to see it for what it was. It was holding you back from getting on this other side here. You're staying in a situation, staying in a lower energy when you're meant to grow, into this new timeline where opportunities are the way you look at life. Trust that whatever has to be let go of, it could just be for the time being. It's almost like that test that the universe is showing you. You don't need to hold on to anything. You don't need to hold on to an opportunity, because opportunities will always come around. It's all about investing in beyond the opportunity, and how to grow a seed how to grow a seed that will grow in a strong foundation. Just like what comes up must come down, and the same. Seeing the other side of everything that in the material world, like holding on to time, people, places, objects. It's seeing the other side, that you do not need anything material. Holding on too tight is not allowing in. It's almost like keeping you confused. Like why, wondering why these cycles, seeing all these different options, all these different opportunities, which one to take. And I feel like you may sometimes take the one that's familiar. You know, some of these ladders lead nowhere. Some of these cups or it's like holding on to holding on to emotions, not letting them flow. So this is all about making a decision. Making a decision and staying in limbo, this back and forth uncertainty. I feel like it's not that you don't know what choice to make. It's there's maybe a certain one that you keep going back to, but when you see the outcome, it's always leaving you in the dust, not taking the chance on the universe giving you other opportunities. It's like the ocean's behind them, you know, and it's like blocking this water flow. Like the ladders of growth, the ladders that have taken you to places you've already been, but still trying to hold on to it. It's time to choose. It's time to choose something that feels unknown. You don't know what's going to exactly happen, because this is choosing something different. So choosing something that's going to bring you into this vast ocean. And even though the ocean's unpredictable, we cannot control the ocean. It can be wild. It's also nourishing. It's also endless. It's like it's freedom. You know, in the ocean, it's like no longer limited. There's so much to explore. So I feel like this world card is coming in because you are a deep person. You have depth. But obviously we all make decisions, sometimes of the heart, where this is all about, like, there's messages of, you know what the outcome is. If picking the same choices, making the same choices, choosing the same direction, will not get you a different outcome. The universe wants you to see how beautiful it is when you don't block this flow of growth. Don't let this energy stay stagnant, stay, it's needing to let go of places, people that blocked you, right? And it's like, this is connecting to the other side of how wise, how intelligent, and you have so many more opportunities when you disconnect from the old energy and give this new energy a chance. I feel like we tend to trust, even if it's bad, old energy or old situations, because we know what to expect, right? So we hold on to it just in case. And here is this opportunity here where you're not 100% sure, and maybe feel a little intimidated or worried. But that is because this is coming to this closing cycle where you truly just have to trust and choose yourself. Time after time, the universe, I feel like, has shown someone's true colors. Seven of Swords. So this is in this current energy where you're feeling the deception, you're feeling someone's very strategic with your energy, or this is universe, this crow, this could be ancestors, like, come on, it's time to go, like leaving in the middle of the night. So this is a change of scenery, and it's like, this is, I feel like, it bringing you to a different path where you're cutting off anything that was dark, that was limiting, or I feel like you're turning your back on others that have turned their back on you, and you're cutting others out with this. And it's like, again, the feather. This is the logic part of your mind. It's almost like screaming at you, you know? It's like, it's telling you, it's again, those messages, these birds here, it's getting your attention. And you know it because it's in your conscious. And we have the moon here, so that could be secrets, illusions, cutting out anything that just doesn't feel real anymore, holding you back from your greatest accomplishments. So this like almost like a weight, holding you down like an anchor. This anchor can't come across this little rope, this sword, or perception, seeing things from a higher view. And this allows you to make creative choices that are based upon messages, and it's, I feel like now you're listening to your mind as you're able to move away from whatever was holding you in this anchor, holding you not grounded, but holding you stuck, okay? You're packing, it's like you packed up your tools, you see something clearly. The moon is reflecting truth.
no longer fearing the dark, fearing the unknown, but you're being very strategic, being very moving silently. This is the change. The change. I think these ladders, maybe you're trying to use a ladder to cross. You're trying to use all these different tools to get to the next step, next side, close the cycle, right? The world. And 21, that's 2 + 1 is 3. So that's all about that divine Empress energy. It's all about, again, the cycles of growth. And it's like you're looking at different ways Seven and 7. This is spiritual growth. This is making a move. This is making making connections, and not just empty promises to yourself. I feel like it's like you're being serious. It reminds me of snakes and ladders. And sometimes we hit the snake, you know, it's a gamble. Sometimes we get the snake and we have to go back down a couple steps, and then other times we get the ladder, right? And you move up. But it's in the gamble, it's like the up and the down. But don't hold on to, don't, it's like almost like staying still in the game and not playing the game, wanting to finish it, like the world, the cycles, not wanting to keep going and growing, and just kind of giving up. That's holding on to the material aspect, where you're going to find all of your clarity, all of your answers, all of your your resources. It's within you. You have the answers, but you can't find it in the material. This is literally the book of knowledge. This is the lessons, what you've learned, information, tapping into yourself and trusting your own beliefs and what you are being shown. These 2 birds here are bringing you guidance, helping you on this new journey, and keeping you protected as you venture out in this new energy, which just seems dark, scary, and unknown. But you are guided by the moon. The moon is reflecting this light. And these feathers you leave behind are the change in the patterns. It's literally like you're leaving a trail of breadcrumbs for others. So this is like opening up a powerful emotional healing for others to be able to do the same. Feathers symbolize protection, growth, knowledge. The moves you make today are going to impact your own future and others. All right, so there was a lot of different cups. That means a lot of different options, either in love, or I feel like options in just in life. And what should I do next? What should you do next? What move do I make? Do I stay here in this pond, which is going to run out of water, and keep myself stuck? or you're going to go into the ocean and grow. And look at this, the Lovers, number 6, connections, all right? So that is all about making your commitments, finding your curiosity again, connecting with the light and the dark, and know that you are a greater part of this journey. Okay? Until next time, and we have, through the suffering comes knowledge and growth, all right? So know that this is all about accepting that everything has a purpose, and even though sometimes things don't feel like you're in the places that you want to be, you're going in the direction of taking the steps forward. You know, this is a continuous journey of growth. So you're never going to stop learning. You're never going to be finished accessing more truth, clarity, but this is coming to a full circle, and learning some kind of success, some kind of completing something you have completed, which changes the patterns, changes the frequency, and this is going to allow you to spiral onto the next level up. All right, so so this is all about into the future. This is all about connecting with yourself on a greater level, understanding that there needs to be two sides, like just like the sun and the moon. There also needs to be challenges so that you can learn how to grow. You know, with those challenges, you may fall, you may get caught up and make mistakes of holding on to things that we shouldn't, instead of going towards what you're being pulled to. But through those mistakes, you'll learn, and you'll learn a higher way of doing something. And it's like it's all about understanding yourself. And I mean, the Lover's card is Gemini energy, so this is creating choices. This is also connecting with the power of the opposites, power of the masculine and the feminine. There's necessary for both. There's this balance. That's the balance between both. Sometimes needing to choose the harder one that is uncertain, and it's because it is a different direction and you're not know what to expect. But that choice will literally bring something much more profound into your life. It's all about understanding the chance to look at change as a positive. It's all about how we look at perception. To look at something one way, be negative, or look at it a different way, that it all connects together, and to love those aspects of it yourself. All right. The Void, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Yeah, so I feel need to be still and look at this energy as not just you're in a space of, because I feel like this World card when you're closing something out, but then you're confused. I feel like you're seeing this like this black space, you know, and it's like you can't see, you don't know what's going on. It's unknown. It looks like there's nothing, but really this is this is unlimited space, right? It's like you really zoom out and to remember that all of these decisions and all these things we get stuck on, all of the things that keep you holding on to things, if you just knew that you were a part of this, you know, and this is the bigger picture, is that it's endless opportunities. It's not that you're in a dark space, it's that you're in a place of creation where it is just beginning. Something is just beginning. Something, needing to see something as much greater than what it looks like. Yeah, so this is all about using your information, using these messages, and using this to like, in this space that you can create anything. It's like, this is your subconscious. It's like, it's such a huge, vast space. There's so much room. And with this energy, it's almost like you're going through this new cycle, and it's bringing you to this place where you have more room, more, it's like you're not in this limited space anymore. Now you're in this part of this cosmic universe. And this is much, the cycles, I think it's like every time you complete these cycles and you have this greater understanding, you learn something new, and it always something else comes out that seems scary again because you're not quite sure, like the void, this looks like a dark place, but really it's like, it's showing you that there's a bigger picture, and this is just a little aspect. So don't get caught up in those times where you're juggling and you're holding on to things and you feel stuck, because that's all about needing to look at something differently and move in a different direction, move in a higher perception, not to get stuck in the minimal, that you are part of this greater aspect, and it's connecting to all. It's like you're connecting to this cosmic creation. So it all starts with this blank canvas, and your imagination, your creativity, and this is where you place a manifestation, where creation starts, the womb. It's like the rebirth of the world, something starting over. So it's a new beginning that is bringing in greater connections, greater understandings, and like you're not going to be as influenced by past lessons. You're going to understand and not be so stuck by emotions, but sailing into new opportunities by all of the lessons that you've learned, all of the growth, all of the awareness, clarity. You are now able to use that as your truth, your wisdom, and to unleash the magic within, connecting with your own thoughts. it's like you're creating your own story. You're creating your own future. And this void is like you're able to literally lift the writing off the pages and make it come into life and transform it into perfect harmony. All right. Yeah, deep cellular healing. It's all about healing. And when you heal, you have to let go of things. And when you let go of things, you really have to be honest with yourself. Honest with yourself of loving all the things about yourself, even that other people don't, and being in balance. Like connecting with the other side, connecting with that dark side, connecting with these crows can mean like death. They can mean transformation. They can mean, some people think they can mean negative things, but it's actually the opposite. So again, it's like the way you look at something. Some people could look at challenges and lessons as they're being punished, but it's actually the opposite. So it's really just perception to accept all right? Because you are here to heal, you are here to grow, and it's like opening this portal to this new beginning where love and healing roams freely, no longer blocked by all these cups, you know, clearing them all away and choosing to come back to yourself, come back to being curious, youthful, and being equal, that dark and the light, that balance, that everything needs to flow. Yeah, so this is like staying stuck in so many opportunities and not knowing what to do and keep making pointless decisions just to avoid pain. That was, it's like you were never able to cross that path to the other side. And it's like when you change that, your perception, you change, and you're trusting what you're connecting to on this greater scheme. You're understanding the flow of the up and the down. You know, everything has good and bad, and the bad is to show you something you need to know, the truth, the change, the transformation, and the good is to let love back in, even to those places that we closed off. All right, so this is to heal yourself, heal parts of you, and forgive what you did not know before. So come back to, it's like you are in this place of you're not quite sure 100% what's going on. You're in a little bit in the dark. It's like the subconscious isn't quite coming in, but you are very aware of what you're doing. You're in the middle of crossing this path, this sword. All right, and your ideas are going to create this imagination, which is going to really create this whole new universe, right? By creating history, writing new history, writing your own history that is true to you. All right, going towards your true north. You must let go of those things that are held back. All right, until next time, bye, beautiful soul family. So make sure your mind is creating what you truly want to manifest, all right? Because here you have this space, your subconscious is like wide open right now, and it's you're going to fill it with something either negative that you've been in regret about, or you're going to move into this harmony, this balance, and create something that brings happiness, that brings joy, and creates an authentic energy. All right, don't hold on to the past. Be true to yourself and walk that line in divine time. You are the creator. Beautiful soul family.